So today I thought it'd be pretty cool to interview my husband to get a spouse's perspective on coping with spouses that have fibromyalgia. So I'm going to be asking him some questions. He doesn't know what I'm going to ask him. He has no clue what the questions are. And we're going to get his response. You ready? Oh, I'm sorry. This is my husband. This is my husband, not Queen. We've been married for 22 years. And today I'm going to get his perspective.
Hi.
Okay. Alright, so when did you suspect that something wasn't right with my health?
When did I suspect that something wasn't right with your health? I am really not sure. That's a good question. Once you started laying around a lot and being in pain more often than not, then, it's probably when I first suspected that something could be wrong.
What were your concerns when you learned of my diagnosis?
My concerns were probably short-term and long. How fast can we get the problem under control? And, is it long-term? Is it something that could possibly affect the rest of your life or not? And that's when we basically started looking up research.
Okay. Let's see. What was your initial feeling when you learned of my diagnosis?
I'm really not. I don't know. As me personally, I need more information before jumping to conclusions on anything, good or bad side.
Yeah, he's a thinker. Analytical?
Yeah, I'm very analytical. So, I needed to find out. I'm not going to judge anything until we get more information. And unfortunately, sometimes that takes a doctor's trip for me because I want to know what they think other than, the internet and different other parties.
Yeah, because I would come to him with stuff that I read on the internet and he would say, well, that's not what the doctor said. And then it would be like, okay, well, when we go to the doctor, we're going to discuss it and see what the doctor actually has to say about what I read on the internet. So there were a couple of trips like that. A couple of emails to the doctor, too. Let's see. Okay. I know these questions kind of sound the same, but they're really not. But, yeah. Okay. When did the weight of the diagnosis set in for you?
It got heavy. Just basically at the worst of the condition. So basically before Cymbalta started, and prior to.
Yeah, I started on Cymbalta. That was the first one.
So at its worst, it happens to be fibro, but it probably would pretty much be the same for any ailment that takes a heavy toll. So,
I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like it happens to be fibromyalgia, But if it was, it's going to be heavy to see, your loved one sick. If it was cancer, if it was something, different ailments that, fibro probably didn't hit me as hard as some others would, because once we seen the doctors, I felt like there was a chance, that it could get somewhat normal. So I don't know if I really answered your question, but
Well, you didn't, but I'll just wait. Just come back to that if need be. How has the diagnosis affected your life?
Just in the fact of, the days that I feel that there's nothing I can do about it, which is never a good feeling. So most heavily those days, it affects you in general, because you just have to, pick up more pieces.
That's what I was leading to when I was saying about the weight.
Yeah, I mean, but you, depending on what the situation was prior to, that's a little different for everybody. But, because I get off in the daytime anyway, and you get off, 5 or later, or 4:30 or later, like getting home at 5, it's a little more, but it's not a lot crazy more.
Okay, cool. Well, you already answered that question. Well, not really. I mean, okay, I'll ask it anyway. The question was, how do you feel seeing when I'm at my worst? Like when the conditions are like total flare up, like pain and fatigue and everything.
It can be challenging to your, again, to just the fact that you feel a little helpless. So, and for me to just be able to say, did you take your meds, or should you take a bath, or
which
stuff
I
that
really
I can't
need you to do, because I forget.
Personally help. I can't take my hands and make it better. So I guess that's pretty much the worst of it.
What, if any, concerns do you have about the diagnosis and the long-term effects of the prescribed medications I'm taking?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Car is going down the street. What, if any, concerns do you have about this diagnosis and the long-term effects of the prescribed medications I'm taking?
Unfortunately, most medicines have side effects, and you don't really know what they are. You don't know if that's something you would have ended up having or doing anyway. Or so, for me, being I need to see it now person, I really don't look that far ahead. I'm just trying to figure out now, how are we going to be in the next year? I don't, to go any further than that is really guesswork, because you don't know what happened. You don't know if new medicines are going to come. You don't know if they're going to find out what's really the cause of it. You drive yourself crazy trying to figure out all that stuff's too far ahead.
Okay. Please share your thoughts on what you consider my best day. Like, since all this, since the diagnosis, what do you think?
what is your best day?
What was like for you seeing me?
I mean, the actual best day,
Yeah.
or just what is a good day?
All of
Just
it.
what it.
Talk about it. No. In one. Well. I mean, because the question was just like share your thoughts on what you'd consider my best day.
Your best day. Any day that goes past where pretty much you don't say at some point during the day that something hurts, I would probably label as your best days. How many of them is it even now? Probably not a lot, but there are still good days. It's more good days now than bad days.
I agree.
So I don't know if I could. I guess vacation day would be your best day for me.
That's because the weather was stable. I was awesome.
I mean, weather's good here.
Yeah, but it's not stable. It's like up and down.
I mean, it's still warm though.
No, it's
pretty
warm, but before we left, the weather was like one day this, one day that, one day wet, rainy, cold, one day warm, one day, yeah. Since we've been back, it's been okay. Yeah, but before we left, it wasn't. Okay. Let's see. What words of encouragement can you offer others whose spouse have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia?
I mean, my words about hang in there. There are medications that make it better. You know,
More manageable.
yeah, better, not perfect, just better.
Okay.
You know, and hopefully over time that even improves. You know, yeah, hang in there. Stand by their side, and hopefully better days are coming, or normal days are
Yeah, that's what I prefer.
coming on a consistent basis.
On a consistent basis. Okay. Well, thank you very much for letting me interview.
You're welcome very much.